Hello and welcome to Learning with Lauren. I am Lauren, your host, and I am here today to talk to you about communicating with clients. As a travel agent advisor, you will be communicating with clients. That will be your most important thing that you will be doing as a travel advisor. So, communication is very, very important. And sometimes people get a little nervous if they're not hearing from you. So, the big thing that you want to do is set up with your clients how you will be talking to them, how you will be responding to them. Meaning, if they contact you a specific way, like let's say through Facebook, and you want everyone to contact you through email, then what you need to do is say, "Great, yes, I'm interested in working with you. This is my email. Please send me an email and fill out this basic form so we can get this started." Or, "Here's my calendar. Fill out a time to talk to me and we'll get your vacation going." You want to have that communication part set up that everyone is going to the same location, the same place. Otherwise, you're going to be managing all these different ways that people are going to be contacting you. And it's fine that people reach out to you through Facebook or Instagram or TikTok and say, like, "Hey, I want to, book a trip with you." You just need to then get them to your email so you have it all there in your email. It's much easier to have everything in your email. It's in one location and one spot. It will make your life much easier. Then from there, when you're communicating with your clients, this is what you want to make sure. Once they have booked with you, you want to say, okay, when you want in your like welcome letter, welcome packet, you want to say, I work these hours, especially if you are a part time person. You want to make it very clear that you are not working all the time, every minute of the day. That while they're planning their trip, these are the hours that are available for them to contact you. And if you're emailing within 24 hours back, if it is urgent, that they can email you something and you will try and get to it as fast as possible. A lot of times what I do is when a client emails me, I will email them I don't want to say almost immediately back, but I will email them back as soon as I see it, especially if it's a question. And I'll just say, "I'm working on something right now, but I will get back to you by tomorrow at 10 a.m. with information on that." That makes people feel like you saw their email, you are working on it, and you're getting back to them. It just helps people to know that you are reading their emails and responding in some way. It's okay if you don't have the answers right away. You won't always have the answers right away. It might take you a little time depending on what the question is. Or you can say, "You know what? I need to call Royal Caribbean and check with them on that question. So as soon as I hear back from them, I will call you back." That gives you a few days. You always want to make it seem a little longer than it's going to be so that when you respond earlier, then that's great. If it takes you longer, that's harder. If it is going to take you longer, then let's say then in the next 24 hours, you're going to respond back to them and say, "I still can't get a straight answer from Royal Caribbean. I have to call back again and get a supervisor to make sure I'm getting you the correct information before I give you the final answer of answering this question." Because you want to make sure it has to be correct, right? So you don't want to rush it just because they keep asking you. You want to make sure that it's done correctly. You also want to read those emails before you send them out to make sure that they are correct, that you have said things correctly, and that you've included all the information in them. That way, then you have that information correctly. Another thing you can do is you can respond to an email and schedule it to go out later. So let's say you see it at 11 p.m., but you don't want your clients to know that you're working at 11 p.m. You can schedule that email for your work hours the following day. So that email goes out maybe at like 9:30 a.m. the following day during your work hours. Or maybe it goes out at 12 p.m. the following day during your lunch break when you sometimes respond to emails. So those are important things. The most important thing is that you're communicating with those clients. If they're emailing you, you should be emailing them back like within 12 hours. When you are traveling, I always email all my clients and say, I am traveling. I'm getting ready to go to Alaska. Am emailing all my clients to let them know that I will be in Alaska. I will have limited email. I will not be able to do X, Y, and Z while I'm there, but this person or this travel agent can help you. So that's how we work on that. Okay. You always want to make sure, and you want to give people plenty of time. So I like about 2 weeks before I go, I let people know that this is what's going to happen. And then about 3 days before, I remind them again. And maybe about 2 days before, in case there's any last minute stuff that they need me to do, then I can do it. And then the day before I go, then I'm not worried about, communicating all this stuff with clients. You also want to make sure that you set up clear boundaries about how much you will help them. If you are not charging a fee, you might say, this is what you get, and that's it. You might have to say in there that, you will answer their questions within 24 hours because some people expect that they can email you and you will just respond all day long about every single thing. If you charge a fee in your agreement, you should have exactly what it is that they get for that fee, which would include the communication plan also, meaning like they can email you when they need to, they might have your phone number, things like that. Giving out your phone number is totally up to you, but sometimes it is a very necessity that you need to give out. There are ways that you can like get a Google number so you're not using your actual phone number if that's easier for you. Those are all ways that you need to think about when you're communicating with clients. Another thing that you need to think about with communication is you need to do it as often as possible. You want to keep those lines of communication. So if someone's booked a trip, it's not for a year. You cannot wait until 30 days before their trip to talk to them the next time. You need to have consistent emails that are going out. Maybe you have a monthly newsletter that they get. Maybe you have different emails set up that are getting them ready for their vacation, whatever it is. But you want to at least once a month be emailing all your clients that have booked with you about something with their trip so that they feel like you are working on their trip and they don't forget about you either. The more communication you can have, the better. Even if people aren't reading it, you will get the people who will read every single email, every single line, every single word that you write. And then there will be people who will not look at one email you have ever written to them. And they will just be like, oh, yeah, whatever. And they won't look at it. So it's kind of, you do what you can do. And that's it. You really can't control what people read. You give them the option that they have all this information. Whether or not they read it is up to them. All right, that will wrap up today's show, but make sure when you're communicating with clients, you are doing it. Remember to hit that bell notification and subscribe button at the bottom if you like these videos. And we are live every day in July to better help you get ready to become a travel agent, or those of you who are new to becoming travel agents or travel advisors, however you talk about yourself. So I will see you next time on the Learning from Lauren page. Bye.